Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 33 of Direwolf20's Sky Factory 4 Let's Play series. Today I want to try and get this fusion reactor up and running, so I duped myself an ultimate energy cube full of energy. Because duping is fun. So between episodes, clearly I ran the power box a couple times. How am I on prestige points? Not bad, up to 4. Cool. So we can definitely investigate some prestige options here, right? Like, you know, fast forwards. Oh, that's cool. That's right, yeah. We can unlock portal guns now. That's cool. Project E still lagged is coming soon. Rocket Man for prestige points, but we already have creative flight, so we're cool, right? Mistcraft, 25 points. Yikes, that's a lot of points. I mean, it could be doable. I'm just trying to see what that little flashing thingy is. Okay. Well, something's happening there. I don't know. I figured it out. Look on my left, bottom of the left-hand bar there. See the little feather? I think that's like a safe fall thing happening. All right, cool. So now that I figured out what that is, back to the Lost Cities. Huzzah! So we're going to play with this. So what I'm going to do is hook up the Ultimate Energy Cube directly to this thing along. So your power is probably going up now because you're receiving. And now I did limit this to 1,000 RF a tick because I was messing, right? And the back can be outputting power. So this guy should be draining pretty quickly. This guy should be filling up pretty quickly. So basically I got this energy cube for the purpose of charging this fusion reactor. So last episode we built this thing to kind of figure out, like, what's the deal? How's this thing work? I don't know. We'll find out. Just kind of curious, right? Like, we've got something of a blue bar showing up here. I'm not entirely sure what that's all about, right? And there's that, it's accepting power. So I'm thinking it's kind of like the nuclear craft fusion reactor, where you have to give it enough power to get started, and then once it kicks off, it'll generate a bunch. But I legitimately have no idea. Cool. So let's come back when this thing gets higher. So now what I'm going to do is make this green on the input on the back. Whoa, well, hello. Do what now? What just happened? It filled up really quick. 476 forge energy per tick. Is that what's happening here right now? Are you still... So you're outputting 0. Okie dokie. This guy must have filled up his internal buffer. That would be my only guess. So input green. I don't think I get it. So power 100, charge 100, matter 100. Negative 0.003 km per tick. Is that what we're producing? Is 476 forge energy per tick? That can't be right, can it? That seems like a pretty small amount for something called a fusion reactor. Let's teleport home. Maybe I'll get my plug. So how's this thing on power at the moment, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start one of these dudes. Right, so that you start draining, and then I'm going to get my plug. Didn't I have a plug? I thought I had one ready for this. For adding energy to the network. So you do that, and that. Okay. So I put you somewhere. Oh, I did! Ha-ha! Because IR is smart. Right, so let's... Am I doing anything under you at the moment? Yes. Flux plug. For adding energy to the network. So what I should do is get a point on here and set up a generators network, right? That's what we should do. Because we've got something in the back there. We've got a lot of the sides here covered at the moment. But I think we should be fine. Let's just because we're testing, right? Anything we do here doesn't really matter. So I'm going to borrow you. You're going to be the point. You're going to be a generator network. That's going to be red. 255, 0, 0. Cool. Cool. And then make sure that on the left you are an input. Cool. I'm going to remove that for a minute. Back to Lost Cities. And then you can be a plug for generators. Is that what we're producing? Well, that's pretty cool. See, that's not indicated here anywhere. Right? So I don't understand, why does this say plus 476 when this guy's saying 3.7 transfer? Interesting. I don't understand the metrics here. Still, I guess it's working. Now we're using a small amount of this stuff, right? The matter is being apparently. Are you growing at all? Now here's a question. I got a question. Let's go get a stack of diamonds. Because remember, we're in a loop right now, so anything we do to the world is going to be reset, right? So let's keep that in mind. But I'm going to steal a couple stacks of diamonds, and I'm going to pop back through, and now we're going to experiment to see if bigger singularity equals more power, right? So we're sitting around 3.6, 3.7 thousand RF a tick, right? Alright, so now what do we... Oh, hello. What just happened? Did something just happen? How did this get pulled off? Oh boy. Might have caused a problem. Did you see that? What? Ow. What? I might have made it too big. It's okay. It's okay. We're in the middle of a loop. We're gonna be fine. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. Do we have another point? Adding energy to the flux network. Yes, now we have some on us, so we're cool. Nobody panic. I have an idea. What if we put it here? Oh, nope. Nope, that's not good. That's not good. Now my problem is, well, we're definitely over 4,000. So that did increase the amount of RF per tick we're generating, but I can't, ooh, that's saying plus 967 forge energy per tick now, so I don't know. But the limit now is the hardened flux duct, right? That's the limit. Can we get an electrum flux duct real quick? Redstone energy flux duct? We need a bucket of destabilized redstone. Or a combiner. I don't think I have one of those, do I? I feel like I don't have a combiner. How are we on time here? Next cycle's in 5 minutes. And we are at a power deficit of 2 million, so we better ramp that up a little bit. Interesting, though, right? I'm wondering why just flux points are being sucked off. Because that's weird to me. I wonder if I could do it with the energy cube. Well, no, because then we're going to have an inaccurate representation of things. What about mechanisms, power, pressurized tubes, and thermal? Okay, so no, flux ducts are really kind of the only way we can go. I should be able to make a bucket of redstone, right? A bucket of redstone. How do I get one of those in this pack? Melter, centrifuge. Do we have a melter set up for nuclear craft? Did we set one of those up? I feel like we did, right? Yeah, we did. What recipes are in here? Ah, for signalum. Right, cool. All right, so if I threw, not in here, but in here, 10 melter. Right, okay. Fluid infuser. Yeah, can you do anything with redstone, buddy? Yeah, I'm thinking that might not have been the best route, because I don't think I can bucket that, can I? What I'm going to do is make you a high control for now. If I break and replace you, I'm hoping that you'll reset that fluid. Yeah, you do. Nice. All I want to test real quick, if I can. So that should be here now. And once this is full... Nice. Cool. All right, that works. Redstone, energy conduits. We need these. So I need some electrum. And we need some hardened glass. Alloy furnace. Obsidian and lead. Do we have hardened in here? No. But we should probably teach it, but since we're kind of in a rush, we'll skip it for now. Because all I want to do, right, is you guys equals this. Cool. And that gets me 6 of this. And then that needs that. Beautiful. Sweet. Okay, I'll take it. And whatever mess I left, doesn't matter because we're going to reset the world in a minute. Actually, let's go back home for a sec. I'm going to put the things I don't really care about keeping. Go away. Yeah, no, everything else is good. Let's do that. All right. So now I'm going to switch these out to be the good type of conduits, and we'll see how much RF per tick we're actually producing here. 9,000. That's the limit that this has. Okay, then. We're actually doing quite good on terms of power. So definitely feeding items into the singularity with large amounts of matter like diamond ramp up the energy production pretty significantly. Do you think this is like... No, because it was like 4 something before. I have no idea what this number means. But that's surprising. So let's reset the world. We should be getting close to the end of the loop here, right? 1 more minute. Can I upgrade you guys? Yes. So these guys can do 16,000. So I'm just curious. Wow. Hello. Dudes, for real. That's a thing. Holy cow. You're producing a lot of power, ain't you? And wow. It's interesting. Wonder if there's like a limit to how big this can get. And is this growing? Because wasn't it at 59,000 before? I feel like it might be. Is that the range in blocks, you think? Break range. Oh. No, that's break's not spelled correctly. Haha! Generated another prestige point. So let's go reset the world. Whoosh. Alright, anything that we care to make sure... You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that we don't lose a couple things here. Well, that was supposed to not be lost, but fair enough. That'll do, right? I'm just curious if this number's gone up. Not yet. Alright, so let's go loop the world so that everything goes back to the way it was. Should we try for Enderium ducts? I feel like that's what we should do, right? Just to science this up, right? So loop off. World reversion complete. And back into the Let's Play world. Hooray! We're back to the way we were a minute ago. So if we jump back here, we should see that this is back to the way it was. Sweet. And we duped a little bit of matter plasma. I thought you would... You know what I can do? Hold on. There you go. Ha 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 ha. Cool. Have an egg. Okay, don't have an egg. Have an egg. Thanks, buddy. So, so you're currently sitting around... Okay, so that's back to the way that was. Okay, I remember now. Turn this back on. So what we want to get is... What we want to do is go home. So you're full, and you're producing RF. What I'm going to do is get a top tier one of these, right? So let's do a little bit of programming. Well, I don't know that we need to, because you could be this, right? And then we could upgrade you to that, right? Now I want to get 4 of you, so we need some Enderium. Did we do Enderium yet? We could probably manage. So what's a fluid infuser is a lead platinum alloy with Enderium, right? So I think we could manage that. So it's 1 ender pearl, 3 lead and platinum. So put you into there. I don't know if we have any platinum though yet, right? How do we get platinum? That's an actual question that I don't have an answer to right now. Pigs can do it. And funny enough, I've just, for no particular reason, been avoiding pigs a little bit. I don't have a reason that I've been avoiding pigs. I just have. Do we have to do pigs to get platinum? Because that's what I'm seeing. Unless we got platinum ore from our laser lens. Oh, that's a bummer. I really just want to test this. But I don't see another way. Unless... I have an idea. I have an idea. So do we even have the Darwell 20 generator network yet at this point? Probably not, right? So adding energy to the network. Flux plug, flux plug. So those are 2 energy adders, right? So I'm going to set this guy back up, not like that, but generators network with 255 again. Cool. So you're going to receive on generators. You're going to input on the left. Cool. Yep, that should be right. But we don't want a transfer limit. Right, no transfer limit. And then what if we had 2 outputs? Cool. Now that's a plug. And this is a plug. Oh, cool. So that's why they weren't stacking before, by the way. That's interesting. That's interesting. Input 16,000 RF a tick. Wow. Wow. So actually, without bumping you up, you're still producing 16,000 RF a tick. Okay, so now you're down to 3. All right, that makes more sense. Maybe he had some kind of buffer or something. Right? Yeah, that's feeling a little bit better. So now let's go home and get diamonds. And just to be safe, I'm going to take another world back up. By way of Parabox. Right? To be fair, we want to... Actually, that 3.7 might be because of limitation. I see. Yeah, maybe that cell was full, and that's why we were getting 3.7. That could be it, actually. So let's get diamonds now. We gotta double check our maths on this stuff. Right, so what are you outputting now? Right around 7.8 and 0. So that's what you're actually producing, is around 8,000 RF a tick. 7.7, pretty accurate. And you're occasionally flickering a little bit, Okay. So now, let's throw half a stack of diamonds at this thing. Let's throw a quarter stack. Did that bump you up? Maybe it didn't bump you up. Trying to make it, like, not too crazy. Still, okay. Yeah, now I'm definitely a little confused. Didn't it seem like it... Well, yeah, now we're up to 8.1-ish. So it might be improving. Maybe there's some threshold? 51. Oh, it broke the thing. It broke the thing again. But you're still hovering around 7.7, so that's fine. That's fascinating, though. I'm interested in the fact that, like, only these break, right? Isn't that weird? Only these break off. Like, why are you not breaking the Signal and Flux ducts? Why are you only breaking Flux plugs? It's weird, right? Isn't that weird? Feels weird. All right. Well, I don't fully understand how this thing works, clearly. But it's producing a bunch of power, so that's cool. To the overworld we go. Let's let our power box finish his loop. And then we'll come right back. I think that's a good idea. Because we started the loop after we hooked everything up, but before we grew the anomaly. So I think we'll stick with that. So now I'm super confused, because I came back to this dimension to check on things, and it's back up to just spitting out 16,000 forge energy per tick. Now, I mean, to be fair, it, like, was unloaded and reloaded, because I don't have a chunk loader here yet. But now I'm like, do what now? Okay, now it dropped down. Okay, so maybe there's like an internal buffer that had to be cleared. But now you're only producing 4,000 fortune. Did I disconnect things back in the overworld? Because you should be... Oh, I did. Okay. So he filled up his buffer, and that's why it's at 5,000. Okay, cool. Yeah. And you are draining now. So we come back to this guy. So I don't know if there's some kind of buffer internal that filled up, but I mean, the thing wasn't loaded at all. So that's interesting. And he's definitely producing more than... Okay, nope, there we go. Now it dropped down to the 7.9. So right around 8,000 R per tick. That ain't bad for what's effectively passive. Effectively passive, I'm going to call it. I'm definitely getting more matter plasma, though, because that's cool stuff. I mean, it uses this as fuel, right? But it uses a really small amount of it as fuel. Like a super tiny amount. Is that basically 0.006 millibuckets per tick? That ain't a lot. I feel like that matter is going to last a while. The other thing, by the way, that I've understood is you can have multiple of these fusion reactor rings around the same singularity. That's totally doable. So I'm just saying that's an option. Neat. Okay. So I don't think increasing the size of the singularity, it doesn't seem to be helping in terms of power gen. So I don't think we need to increase it. I think that's the conclusion that I've come to. Increasing the size of the singularity doesn't seem to make a difference. So we'll end the loop here in about a minute. We'll come back. We'll check the state of the world. Make sure we have all the dupins that we want. I might want to do more of you. Do I need these? I don't know that I do anymore. I'll dupe this stuff, though, because more titanium couldn't hurt. Tritanium couldn't hurt. But yeah, that matter overdrive thing, not a bad little fusion reactor. Just need to focus on the power stuff, making sure that we're producing. And to be fair, we could easily feed cobblestone into some kind of, like, the generator could be used to power whatever this thing is called down here. The words are escaping me, but the generator could be used to feed a matter decomposer. So why don't I dupe you? That's right. I need the other wrench. Right? And that would be cool. Right? And I do have my cobblestone generator tier 5. Because, like, that could feed directly into a thing. And I have an idea. Yeah, that might work. Wonder if that would work. We're going to find out in a second. We're going to find out in 8 seconds. Next cycle. Loop off. See? All right, we're through. So let's see. I'm curious if the block here needs to be... So what if we did this? You ready? Can I remove... What are you doing right now? You're producing 16,000. And you're producing 16,000. Holy cow, that's a lot of thousands. Right? That's a lot of thousands. But I'm assuming that's some kind of internal buffer that's going to clear itself. Right? Now, why there's an internal buffer when the chunk unloads, I'm not sure. But we should definitely get a gadget to keep things in stock. Doot, doot, doot. Cleaning up inventory. Doot, doot, doot. And more cleaning up inventory. That should be cool. So weird and gadget ready to go. Cool. That's what we want. So basically this should be a good spot to keep this chunk, this chunk, this chunk, and this chunk loaded. Along with a few over there, right? So with that taken care of, maybe that'll help with that weirdness. Now here's the question, right? You're hopefully not going to be super upset if I break this block. I'm assuming you have to be a machine hull. It would be super cool if I could throw a matter decomposer in there. And if I can't, then fine, right? Like, you know what? Maybe I'll just stick you here. Yeah, why not do that to be extra safe, right? Now, if I threw this underneath, boom, right? You're getting that. Flux point into there with no limit. So when you're full, you're using 1 forge energy per tick, right? And you're going to produce some stuff. One of those hyperspeed guys might not be the end of the world. Do we have more of them? I should be duping those too. Missing titanium plates. Things I should teach for 1,000, Alex. Cool beans. Not that we necessarily need 4 of these, but just saying. But couldn't hurt. So if I threw 4 hyperspeed upgrades into here, what are we talking about RF usage? 275? Totally fine with me. 100% okay with that. Right? And then we could just set up more fluid ducts with a servo, and we'd be pretty cool, right? So I need 1, 2 fluid ducts with a servo. Rabble, 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 rabble. Hardened glass is this in the alloy furnace. And that's a win. Right? So that should be somewhat self-sustaining reaction, because you're theoretically producing significantly more matter than we need to. Right? So you're gonna have a net gain on matter easily, because you're producing it pretty quickly. Now you do make matter dust. I wonder what happens. Will that eventually like backstuff this thing? It might. I'd be curious to see if this fills up equals backstuff, but we could obviously dump that into a trash can or a drawer of some kind. That would totally work. 100%. Easy peasy. Maybe we should do that just to get ahead of it. So what we need is a wooden crate. Do we have extras? No. Item duct. And we had another servo, yes? Cool. I like it. Hooray, matter dust can be extracted. Nice. And this stuff has some uses, from what I understand. I don't remember exactly what, but I saw it mentioned on the wiki. There's a few things you can do with it. It's not super useful, clearly, but it's a thing. It's like, it's the result of a failed decomposition, generally. That's what it means. But yeah, so we should have more matter than we're using right now. I see this as being a sustainable energy source. Right? I think what we should also do is not need 2 of these. Cool. So that you're a stable doing what you're supposed to be doing. Alrighty. Cool. So, hey, we've got a fusion reactor. We had some good fun science in it up today, I think. I like it. And with that, it's wrapping up points. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time. And I'm not sure what's next. We'll see. We'll see what mods there are to play with. Definitely some things we could do. But for now, Delta 20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.